Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of Movie Talks. And today I am reviewing Thor. So let's just skip to his character. Thor is just amazing. I mean, have you seen him? He just whirls around that hammer and lightning and storms. It's amazing. It's the first sort of Avengers character that's not from Earth. So it's because DC, there's lots of like supernatural sort of characters and stuff, and like out of the planet stuff. Like you got Superman, for instance, and stuff like that. But Marvel, you haven't had that until Thor came out. You got Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, but they're all Earth-based. They haven't been outside with aliens and stuff. But Thor is very much all different worlds and aliens and that sort of stuff, which is really interesting. And they've used it really well, and in the Avengers it works really well, because he's the sort of character that it's because of him that Loki's come to Earth in the Avengers. It's because of Thor, like, all these aliens have sort of been opened up, so it's kind of extended the Marvel range of, like, viewing, so what it can have in it. So it's almost endless possibilities now. I mean, it was pretty far before, but now they've got aliens and stuff, and it's just endless. But Thor is just amazing. If you don't really know Thor, he comes from Asgard, which is an amazing, like, it's a planet that protects what are called the 9 realms, which is basically every known planet and everything ever. And it's really beautiful. It's like a big city, and then it's on an edge of a waterfall. I'll show you a picture later on, maybe, in this episode. But it's like a massive golden castle, and it's epic. You've got the first movie, so Thor, it was just the original movie, which was a great movie. You signed it, it's a build-up of his character, as you expect, and then he gets banished to Earth from his father, who is the king of Asgard, so basically the king of every world, pretty much. So he's a pretty important guy, and he's banished his own son, who is Thor, to Earth. And then, of course, he falls in love with a human. And then there's a bit of stories. There's quite a lot of really good action scenes. We've got, Deadlock? I don't know. There's that big metal guy who shoots fire out his head. Oh, spoiler alert! He's like the Guardian of Asgard or something. And I think, I don't know, someone's controlling him. But I don't want to give away too much spoilers, so you should watch Thor and Thor Dark World, which is the second movie, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Right at the end of the movie, Thor and Loki, who is Thor's brother, are fighting on the Rainbow Bridge, which is where you can teleport to any planet or anywhere in the universe. So yeah, it's a pretty important bridge. And at the end, Thor smashes it to, like, destroy Loki. And I think he gets jailed at the end. But before he destroyed the bridge, he promised his girlfriend now on Earth that he would be right back. But he doesn't come back, obviously, because he smashed the bridge, so he can't get anywhere apart from Asgard. So you're left on that, like, really annoying position where, does he go back to his girlfriend? Can he go back to his girlfriend, sort of thing? But that all gets sorted out in the second movie. In the second movie, he kind of accidentally bumps into his girlfriend, almost. And then, obviously, gets slapped. Because he hasn't been there in 2.5 years. I mean, honestly, can you imagine you with your girlfriend? Like, I mean, it's hard enough not seeing them for a week, but when you haven't seen them for 2.5 years and you're still going out, how angry they would be. It's just hilarious. This is just one of the really, really funny points of the movie. And it's kind of funny at both aspects, but it's better on the second one. The second movie, I loved. I mean, the first one was really good. I probably preferred the first one. But the second one is when they introduced the Power Stone. Because these power... what are they called again? They're Power... Infinity Stones, that's it. One of the Infinity Stones is introduced. It's that red, dusty sort of thing that controls the body, but like almost kills you, sort of thing. So that, spoiler alert maybe, but that is one of the Infinity Stones, which will be used in Infinity War by the big purple man with the iron fist, which I'll show you a short clip of in a minute. But the Infinity Stones is really sorty. Again, Thor 2 has some amazing fight scenes. I mean, I think it's just his character. The actor for Thor, which I've completely blanked his name, it's really bad of me, but he's just suited for his character. I mean, it's like he's got like that scruffy sort of look with his hair. It just looks different, and in some reason, in my mind, that is what a god would look like, and he's that sort of like demigod sort of thing, which again is awesome. Like having the, he's like, I'm not sure if he's, yeah, I think he's quite strong, and then he's got the hammer, obviously, which is, and then he can create lightning and storms and stuff. And he's a really good fighter, and there's a few like war type scenes in the second movie. But moving on, the third movie, which we've all known is going to come out eventually, because they're doing the parts of the Marvel series. They're doing movie 1, movie 2, and then movie 3. If they do movie 4, I'm not sure, but that's kind of what they're trying to do. Hulk, they're not going to be doing it with, because the first 2 movies they'd done were a bit dry and no one really liked them. As I said in my last movie, they were pretty diabolical. So what they've decided to do is get the modern Hulk from the Avengers and team him up with Thor, which, oh my god, it's going to be amazing. I mean, can you imagine Thor and Hulk together teaming up? It's just epic, because Thor's that sort of character that does work well on his own, but with someone else, it's got bants in it. It's a bit funny, and it's got just that extra Because Hulk hasn't been in his own movie with the new actor and his new like look sort of thing, which will be really interesting to have with Thor. I think I've said before in my previous Marvel build-up movie reviews that the characters sort of have bonds with each other. For instance, like Captain America and Iron Man definitely have that sort of like friendly love fight relationship sort of thing that starts Civil War. But I've done that in the last episode, so if you missed that episode, please go back and watch that, and then the next bit I'm about to say will make more sense. But Thor and Hulk have definitely, like, it's not the most obvious relationship ever, but looking back on some of the clips and photos, they definitely do have that sort of, like, bond. Like, they're really powerful together, because Thor can just, like, have the lightning and stuff, and then Hulk's, like, all smashing. And there's been a couple of scenes where they've definitely got that sort of, like, bond, and then, obviously, Hulk ruins it in one of them, which I'm about to show you, by punching Captain America out of the way. But yeah, I'm going to show you some of the photos and videos that like sort of show their bond. And then I'm going to talk about the third movie, which is called Ragnarok. I think that's how you pronounce it, but that's the, Ragnarok or something, yeah. Along those lines, with the team up with Hulk and Thor in it. I mean, just from this still frame, you can see that Thor and Hulk have like a sort of bond. They're both really, really strong creatures, but when they work together, they can destroy anything. So it's like that massive, like, flying sort of alien spaceship sort of thing. They destroyed that together with the piece of metal, and then obviously Thor bashing down on it to break the ship almost. So it's quite a good team. So I'm guessing this is why Hulk and Thor will be teaming up in Thor 3 Ragnarok. This here is the idea of the concept of Thor and Hulk team up in Ragnarok. Basically, it's because the Hulk movies were pretty diabolical, so I don't think there's going to be another single Hulk movie just on his own. So I think they're teaming him up with Thor so they can get the new Hulk into his own sort of movie, but make it even better by adding Thor. So just in case Hulk doesn't work out, have Thor there just in case. And then obviously having like a buddy team up, so to see the relationship between them build. Because at the moment you've got Hawkeye and Black Widow have got a relationship. You've got Iron Man and Captain America kind of have a relationship, but it's mainly, yeah, they kind of have a relationship. Obviously it all breaks out in Civil War, as you would have seen from my last video. But yeah, so that'd be a really good movie if they do include Hulk and Thor. I can't wait to watch it, and it's released in 2017. As I was saying a bit earlier, they start including the Infinity Stones in the latest movies of the Marvel build-up series. And in the new Avengers 2, Thor has a sort of vision, which you see all of these Infinity Stones, and that's where you know where they've all come from, and then you suddenly realise, oh, I've actually seen most of them. For instance, the red Infinity Stone was from Thor 2, The Dark World. The blue one was from the box, which was the Tesseract. There was the one from Loki's Scepter, which got cut into during Avengers 2, and then it had the little gold beacon, and that was from the top of Vision's head. And then you've got the purple one, which I'm going to talk about in one of it's either my next one or the one after that in one of my future episodes, which is Guardians of the Galaxy's purple rock that was cracked open and the rock was in there, which again you get more of a sense of that alien sort of different worlds thing, because it is all spacey and stuff. But that's one of the movies which everyone just thought, oh, it's just a one-off. But no, that Infinity Stone, I believe they are going to be included in the next Avengers movie, because Avengers is building up all the characters, and they're getting more and more characters. For instance, in Civil War, they put in Black Panther in it, and in Avengers 2, they put the girl in it, and then if they put the Guardians of the Galaxy people in it as well, I think they're just putting more and more characters up, so they're building up like a big army, so that Infinity War, Part 1 and Part 2, they can actually kill off some of them, so it just make it more interesting, because everyone's always saying, oh, Avengers never die. But Infinity War, I think some Avengers will die. So I'm going to show you the clip now of Loki's vision of the Infinity Stones.
Extinction.
So as you saw there, you just saw all 4 of the Infinity Stones, which had been introduced in the past movies. You've got, I've just said them, but I'm going to re-say them again. You've got the gold one, which is from Vision's head. You've got the purple one from Guardians of the Galaxy. You've got the red one from Thor, The Dark World 2. And you've got the blue one from the Tesseract, which is from Captain America 1, and it was used in Avengers 1 as well. At the end of the clip, you saw them. It was like a cloud in space of a fist with the Infinity Stones wearing. It was like a ring. So that is at the end of Avengers 2, you saw a big purple figure. That is who wears the rings, and he is like the Infinity War. So it's a bit like a game. If any of you have played Conquest of Champions, which is a Marvel game where Marvel characters fight Marvel characters, you've probably seen them before, and I believe it's going to be a bit like that, but obviously, and it could even be Marvel characters fighting Marvel characters. because it could be Civil War carrying on to that. So it'd be like his own little game sort of thing. So I encourage you, before the Infinity War comes out in the cinemas or on DVD, I encourage you to play Marvel Conquest of Champions just to get a feel of how the movie's going to turn out. You've got a little while to do it, because I think it's going to be out in 2017 or 2018. Not quite sure. But definitely have a look. So yeah, that's basically what the Infinity Stones have been building up for. They're not just a thing to be used for a movie. The Marvel movie build-up movies do actually mean something, and they will all conclude together and fit quite nicely, hopefully. Not like the recent Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. That worked terribly. And I'm going to do a review on that shortly, but that was just... For me, the movie wasn't great at all, but I'll talk about that in the review. So yeah, my next review will probably be, well, it'll definitely be a Marvel, because I'm going to finish the Marvel series before I'll do any other ones. It might be Guardians of the Galaxy, or it could be just a storyline like block before I do the Avengers actual Avengers movie 1 and 2. I'll probably do separate episodes for both of them because they're big movies, obviously. And that should be around sort of Christmas time, so obviously it's the, whatever it is, it's the 3rd today, and I'll upload this video in a minute. It'll probably be closer to Christmas, so 20th or that sort of date, which I'll do Avengers. And then I'm going to move on to other recent movies like Hunger Games, Spectre, all that sort of stuff. The Divergent series I'll probably do a review on. Absolutely anything I'm going to do a review on. And then maybe a few others. So comment below this video on what other reviews you want me to do after I finish the Marvel build-up series. I'll love any input. Please like, subscribe, and then leave any other comments you want. Thanks for watching this video, and goodbye.